How you doing, everybody? This is Master Allen. In this video, we are going to go over the white belt blocking system, the 8-point blocking system. So for this one, when we practice this, we are usually going to practice this out of a horse stance. So while you're practicing the blocking system, since your feet aren't going to move, you want to take a little bit of time in the process to make sure you're in a good, strong stance. So in my horse stance, I want toes forward, feet apart, knees bent, back up straight. And most of the time, I'm going to have my hands in elbow position. And so with the 8-point, I want to make sure I'm focusing on getting all of those details right. Since I don't have to move, I should be able to kind of set it and then focus on keeping it instead of, like when you're moving, it can be a little bit different animal. Now, when I do the 8-point blocking system, there are 8 blocks. 1, I'm going to take my hand, it moves in a half circle, and I block to the side. Now you're going to want to start with your right hand. 2, I block to the other side. 3, I bring my hand up and it comes across the front. 4, I bring my hand up, it comes across. 5, the hand goes through the middle and up. 6, I go through the middle and up. 7, I bring my hand up to the opposite ear and then block down and across. 8, I bring my hand up to the opposite ear, block down and across. So, each block in the 8-point blocking system can actually do a lot of different things. When we first learn it, when we first look at it, we sort of think about a block being for a specific strike. Like this block is for if somebody's coming around from the side. This block is if somebody's coming through the middle. But all of your blocks need to be able to cover your center, and they can do a lot of different jobs while they're doing it. So 1 and 2 block, as the hand comes through the middle and out to the side, I want to make sure that the hand isn't too close to my body. It needs to be out and forward just a little bit. You'll notice I've got this little angle to my arm that you can see from the side. From the front, it's a little harder to pick up on that. And so, when I do the 1 and 2 block, I want to have this space because I want the block to happen in front of me. I don't want it to happen really close to me. And so 3 and 4, same thing. They're going to go out in front of my body. And so 3 is the right hand. So the hand comes up and goes across. Now, depending on your screen, this might look like my right hand if I'm a mirror, or it might be flipped. And so I'm going to do my best to kind of help you keep track of which hand is which. For most people, if I'm standing in front of you, this is going to work a little bit like the mirror. So if I move my left hand first, well then I'll look like your reflection when you move your right hand. If the video is flipped in its orientation for you, this is technically my left hand, but I'm going to do this like it's 1 so that when you follow along with me, it can be a little easier to translate it. Okay? Now, 3 and 4 block, same thing. I want it to happen out in front of me. So when I bring the hand up and I block across the front, my hand is out and away. And I want to make sure as this blocks across that I don't lean with it and go off balance. I need to stay in my good horse stance. The block goes out and across in front of me. And it's important that when it blocks across, that it doesn't stop without my body rotating. I want my body to turn. So 3 and 4. And as I do these blocks, I want to make sure that the hand is retracting and sliding into a good elbow position as I do it. That'll help me work on the push-pull, and it'll help me make sure I keep my back up straight and I don't round out or humble over. Now, 5 and 6, a lot of people when they first learn 5 and 6, their hand does this. And what I want to have it do is come up through the middle, so that this way it can block more different things. And so you can see my hands are coming through the middle. 1 hand slides into elbow position, 1 hand blocks up. The hand that's blocking is on the outside, and the hand that's coming to elbow position slides along closer to my body because I want the block to be farther away from me, and the hand that's retreating, I want it to be coming closer to me. Now you'll notice with my 5 and 6 block, I don't want to get it up too high, but I have to make sure that it gets high enough. I also don't want it to be above my head. It actually goes out and up and forward. And so these reach out in front of me and up. They don't just come up above my head, because then I can get bumped. And so I want this to stay out here. Boom, boom. That's 5 and 6 block. Now 7 and 8 block across my body and down. And And so I start with my hand across, and it's going to block down and across and away from my body. And so I start from the ear, it blocks down and across. Now if I'm going to do a bunch of these in a row, I can actually slide this to elbow position while the other hand's going up, and then I turn into the block. Slide up and block. Slide up and block. And so one more time, let's do the 8-point blocking system all together. Now you want to start with your right hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now practice that on your own. Come back to this video as often as you need to, and I'll see you again soon.